I stayed at the Hotel Residence Foch recently, and I'm going to give my honest thoughts about it. For the best price for this hotel, check out the links in the description. Arrival and check-in experience. When we arrived at Hotel du Mont Blanc, I was pleasantly surprised by how welcoming the staff was. The check-in process was smooth, and they even offered to store our luggage since we got there a bit early. It felt like they genuinely cared about making our stay comfortable right from the start. Room, bathroom, and amenities. The room at Hotel Residence Foch had a cozy vibe, thanks to the wooden furnishings and thoughtful decor. I really appreciated the little touches like the coffee machine and minibar, which made it feel more like a home away from home. The bathroom was decent size for Paris standards, complete with a bathtub, although I did notice it could use a little sprucing up. Overall, it was a comfortable space to unwind after a day of exploring the city. Location and surroundings. The location of Hotel Residence Foch is pretty awesome. It's just a short stroll to the Champs-Élysées, which is perfect for soaking up that Parisian vibe. Plus, there are some charming local restaurants nearby, and I love that it felt safe and quiet, making it a great base for exploring the city without the chaos. Food, drinks, and dining options. When it comes to food, I have to say the breakfast at Hotel Residence Foch was pretty solid. Every morning, I enjoyed a buffet spread that had a decent mix of options. Think fresh pastries, yogurt, and cereal. It was nice to kick off the day with a cup of coffee from the machine in my room and then head down to the breakfast lounge, which opened up to a lovely inner garden. The vibe was relaxed, perfect for unwinding after a day of exploring Paris. Sure, some guests wished for a bit more variety in the fruit selection, but honestly, it was a good way to fuel up before heading out to tackle the city. What's it like to stay here? Staying here is like finding a cozy little haven right in the heart of Paris. The moment I stepped into my room, I was welcomed by charming decor and a sense of warmth that made it feel like home. The bed was incredibly comfortable, and after a long day of exploring, I sank into it and slept like a baby. I loved that the hotel was in a quiet area, yet still close enough to walk to the iconic Champs-Élysées and the Arc de Triomphe. The staff were super friendly and always ready to help with anything I needed, which made my stay even more enjoyable. I especially appreciated the little touches, like the coffee machine in my room and the complimentary Wi-Fi. The breakfast spread was decent, though I wish there were more fruit options. The inner garden was a lovely spot to unwind after a day of sightseeing, making it a perfect place to sip coffee and relax. Overall, it was a delightful experience, and I would definitely recommend this place to anyone looking for a charming stay in Paris. Let's take a look at the pros and cons. Here's what I liked about the hotel. Great location. I loved how close the hotel was to the Champs-Élysées and other attractions. It made getting around super easy, whether I was walking or using the metro. Friendly staff. The staff were genuinely helpful and welcoming. They always went out of their way to make my stay more enjoyable, which really added to the experience. Cozy rooms. My room was individually decorated and had a warm, inviting vibe. The wooden furnishings and comfy beds made it feel like a home away from home. Nice amenities. I appreciated the little things, like the coffee machine in the room and the complimentary Wi-Fi. Plus, the breakfast buffet was decent, even if it could use a bit more variety. Here's what I disliked about the hotel. Small rooms. The room was a bit cramped, which is pretty typical for Paris, but it felt a bit limiting at times, especially when I had my luggage around. My overall rating for this hotel would be 8.4. So, would I stay here again? Honestly, I totally would. The charming vibe and super friendly staff made my stay feel like a cozy home away from home. Plus, the location was spot on for exploring Paris, so I'd definitely come back to Hotel Residence Foch for another adventure. Thanks for watching. I added links from all hotel booking providers in the description, so you can find the best price for this hotel. Make sure you check out the description below.